So you grew up in LA, you moved to Washington, and which is Washington is actually a place where, I hear a lot of people talk about Seattle. I love the rain. A lot
Oh,
of
I
people
love
do
it.
not like rain, and I'm just like, dude. I mean, I lived in California. I grew up in California. It rains here and there, but Southern California, it's like, dude, it's the weather's just nice. And then I come to Arizona, it don't really rain that much over here. I've been a few like deployments and detachments to where it rains, but I never really lived anywhere where like rain was excessive. So I've always wanted to check that out. But you got into growing, you started learning about the ins and outs of like the soil, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is to those that have actually tried to grow something. You
Yeah.
realize how frustrating and how much of an actual art it is to grow things. It's not like you just put it in the ground and all of a sudden, like you come back and it just shoots up.
The scary part is that we only have about 30 years left of active topsoil with all the appropriate microbes, just because of, like you said, 115 degrees. We're doing things that aren't necessarily helping the environment or helping the soil food web. So we've got about 30 years, man. So if I make it to 60 and we don't do something about it in between time, you and I will live in a world where you'll be like 60 something. You'll be closer to 70. You know what I'm saying? But imagine that, living in a world where you can't grow anything outside, and then who's worth more? The people who know how to grow food without soil. And that's where I went to school, to be a hydroponicist.
You're
So,
gonna have to expand on that. Now I know
well,
hydro means water.
yeah, but that's at the very end. So like when I was in Washington, living in Seattle, moving to Spokane, going back and forth, and then kind of just dealing with the stressors of the two different environments. Seattle and Spokane, at a different time, were two completely different places.
Right.
And I don't know, the Marine Corps was fun, meeting you when I was 19, like a fresh 19.
Right.
That was cool. And then, with the brain injuries, and then going to school at Cal Poly Pomona's, Cal Poly Pomona has a sustainable agriculture program.
Right.
And that's where I learned how to be a hydroponicist. So I can grow food. I can grow everything I can grow a lot of stuff without using soil.
Dude, I'm gonna have to pick your brain, man, because for those that have never gardened, like I'm telling you, it's addicting. It's absolutely addicting. It's like when you have, well, okay, some people are gonna be on my neck when I say this, but it's like when you have a kid and you see your kid, watching your kid grow. That's how I felt like it was with, watching the plants grow. And I just
No, it is.
got overwhelmed and it whooped my ass, but it was definitely a learning experience. But once you do it, it makes you want to do it again. Like, okay, I learned a little bit of tricks of the trade. This is how I can use natural bug repellent. Like, I figured out how you can do some natural bug repellent without using any chemicals.
No.
Just like little things like that. It's just like, okay, let's try it again next season. All right, I can do this. Let's try it again like this next season. So I liked it.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. 2 Chainz was interested in learning a little bit. I was the only person who knew what I was talking about, so I got to give him a hip pocket class, man. So thank you
Who?
to 2 Chainz, man.
Yo,
That was fun, dude.
2 Chainz. What y'all know about 2 Chainz? That's what's up.
Shit. DTP, Titty Boy, way back, man.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it was cool because I just did an interview, and then he was the next slot. So I, of course, watched his interview. So people had just seen me get interviewed and then hang around, and I was in a suit, and then he had just finished his, and they all started walking. So I started walking with them.
Yeah, like you're part of the entourage.
Yeah, I was on the outside though, and then it was cool because he it wasn't like 2 Chainz in there watching my interview, but he saw that I was on right before him. And that made a note about the biggest booth that was there. And the biggest booth that was there was advanced nutrients. So when you're talking about, nutrients or for your garden, advanced nutrients and they're number one, you know what I'm saying? They're doing big numbers. And because I knew what I was talking about and all the information was fresh in my mind because of school, I just started talking, and he went on Instagram Live, and I got to give 2 Chainz hip pocket period of instruction on the pros and cons of synthetic and commercial hydroponic cultivation. Yeah, it was good, man. It was really cool, man. It was cool, man.
Damn, you're big time now, huh? I'm surprised you answered my call when I message you. You know, usually when people start getting some views and some what they call clout, they get their head all big, man.
No, my head's already heavy, man. It's not because of clout.
That new big guy built on, bro. No, it's right.
No, but it was cool. It's a part of my marketing plan. I had actually had a lot of good mentors leading up to the point where I'm at now, and yourself included, and I appreciate that. I really I've had a lot of stuff in plan for a long time. So when you're saying about the phone number, the one thing that you wish you could do with a celebrity is call somebody. I'm not a celebrity, but if you're in a position where it could be beneficial to have everybody out there, it's almost like I've been marketing my business number, because everything I do is business all the time anyways. So I've marketed the phone number that you have right now is the same number that I had when I was a Nugget.
Yeah.
Same phone number. So if you were, if you work with me a long time ago and you have my number and you see something on TV or see something on the radio or you see this podcast, you're like, damn, what's up with him? And you try to hit me up, it'll go through. When you feel bad about how you treated me and you were like, damn, I just want to see if his number is the same. And you hear my voicemail and I got somebody from another country introducing me. Yeah, it's still me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, like, I can't wait for the people who just slept on me big time, man. Like, there's a lot of people who slept on me big time, dude.
On you?
Big time. I remember Toussaint?
Yeah, I still see him on Facebook doing his little thing.
Yeah, man. Toussaint told me one of the first times I met him, he goes, yo, word, son, word. He goes, you're either going to do something really big or you're not. He said, there's no middleman with you. You're either going to be really great or you're going to be really shit. And I remember just thinking about that. And I don't know, I just want to be really great, man. And like I said, I'm kind of rambling now, but the mentors, if anybody's watching, if anybody cares, man, just take the best from the best mentors and make that a part of you. And when you've got really, really shitty people in charge of you, and you've got really, really shitty leadership, and you've got a job you hate, or a boss that just doesn't get it, or just anything like that, like, take all that on the chin, learn from it, and just make sure you're never like that for anybody else. For real.